So I came out of the bar and started walking towards the entrance of the motel. And that's when I witnessed something unnatural. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of SYWK Podcast, where you can find everything related to paranormal. I hope you had an amazing start to the year 2022. I wish you all the best for this year, and I promise you that 2022 is going to be an amazing year because I am going to come up with some more and more amazing paranormal content. I hope you heard the first and second part of the series where I narrated a disturbing story from one of my subscribers whose name is Ronnie. He and his dad experienced something unexplained on the 25th of December 2002. If you haven't heard the first two parts, please do, the link is in the description. So now coming back to this episode, I will continue with the story and reveal what happened to Ronnie's dad at the bar. Before we go ahead, I would like to know your feedback and how did you enjoy the first two parts. Please comment below if you're listening to this episode on YouTube, or DM me on Instagram if you're listening to this episode on any of the audio platforms. Also requesting you to please support my work by subscribing to my channel. And if you enjoy this series, share this episode with your friends and family. Now without wasting any time, plug in your headphones and enjoy. The story is submitted by Ronnie and is narrated by a host, Desmond. As I mentioned in my previous episode, after many years, my dad reminded me about our experience at the motel. I was too small to understand everything, but now I'm an adult and the experience freaks me out. I also remember my dad had witnessed something at the bar when he left me in the motel. When this incident happened in 2002, I was too scared to talk about it. But now, when we were refreshing our memories, I asked him what exactly happened that night at the bar. And this is what my dad told me. Disclaimer: if you are a weak person and who cannot handle extreme horror content, I would suggest you to stop this episode right now. Now, the story will be narrated from Ronnie's dad's point of view. When I left the room, I went down towards the bar entrance. At first, everything looked fine. There were a few tables occupied, and I sat on one of the tables and ordered a drink. I don't know why, but for some reason, they were taking time to get my drink. Meanwhile, I was also buzzing and was a bit tired too. While waiting for the drink, I don't know when I fell off to sleep on the table itself. It might be a maximum of 5 to 10 minutes that I fell off to sleep. And when suddenly I opened my eyes, I found myself in an empty bar where no one was around. Not the staff, not the people who were sitting on the other tables. It was quite strange. I assumed I must have slept for a longer time and everyone must have left. So I came out of the bar and started walking towards the entrance of the motel. And that's when I witnessed something unnatural. I saw the motel burned and completely broken from inside. At first, I felt I entered the wrong building, but then I could hear someone crying from inside. I got scared. I did not know what to do. I did not know what was happening. And then I remembered you. I ran towards the room, but I was shocked to see the whole place burned up. I thought something bad had happened while I fell off to sleep at the bar. I was scared, but the minute I opened our room door, I was extremely happy to see you safe. But things got more creepy. I noticed that the room was the same. Nothing had happened. It did not feel that the room was on fire. Not knowing what to do, I decided to leave this place. We ran down towards the exit, and while running down, something creeped me again. The motel was completely fine. It was not burned at all. Yes, the light did go off, but the main entrance door was at its place, and the worst part, was that the door was locked from outside. Things were really getting bad, and I knew this is something supernatural. To date, this incident haunts us, and I still don't have answers to a lot of questions. That one wrong turn almost got us killed. I don't know if the motel still exists or not, but after that incident, we have never traveled by road to that part of the city. There are so many questions which we need answers to. Did this really happen to us, or was I drunk? But if the motel was abandoned, how we could see a fully constructed building? End of narration, and back to the host Desmond. What do you feel about the story that Ronnie and his dad experienced? If you guys can give an explanation about the overall story, please comment below if you're listening to this episode on YouTube, or DM me on Instagram if you're listening to this episode on any of the audio platforms. Thank you guys for listening, and don't forget to share this episode with your friends and family, because Ronnie is still looking for answers. Please help them if you can, and also support my work by subscribing to my channel. Thank you and peace out.